Okay, so pag-usapan naman natin the Pascal's triangle and the concept of combination. So we consider the following patterns of a plus b will raised to n. Start from 1, so we have a plus 1. But if you have a plus b raised to 2, we'll have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and so on and so forth. So how do we observe the triangle here? So the expansion of a plus b starts with n, okay? And the exponent of a in the succeeding terms decreases by 1, while the exponent b increases by 1. So you notice here, from 2, it turned to 1. Then b from 1, it turned to, sinasabi niya. This observation will be shown to be true in general. So here, kapag karon tayo ng diagram here, we see that kapag i-add mo ang mga yan, makukuha yung mga susunod. Okay, 1 plus 2 gives us 3, 2 plus 1 gives us 3. So ang mga ito yung mga numerical coefficients of the succeeding terms. Okay, the preceding triangular array of numbers is part of what we call Pascal's triangle, named after the French mathematician Blaise Pascal in 1623 to 1662. Well, some properties of the triangles are as follows. Okay, there are n plus 1 terms in the expansion a plus b. So consider that a plus b is raised to n. Okay, so kung ano daw yung exponent at kanang 1, yun yung number of terms. The powers of a in succeeding terms decrease by 1. Yan na yung from 43 to 10. And the powers of b in succeeding terms increase by 1. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The coefficients of both the first and last term are 1, and the coefficients of the terms on the expansion are symmetric. So, katulad nito, 2 ang gitna, so both 1. 3 and 3 ang gitna, both 1 din. 6 ang gitna, so we have 4 and 4, 1 and 1. 10 and 10 ang gitna, so we have 5 and 5. Symmetric ang magkabilaan. Okay? Each coefficient other than 1 is the sum of the neighboring number immediately above it. So yun yung demonstrated kanina. Above it, 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 1 is 4. So let's try some examples. So we have here x plus y raised to 5, and we're going to get expansion. So ang sabi kanina, first is from x raised to 5, i-raise mo sa 4, raised to 3, raised to 2, raised to 1, and then raised to 0 is simply 1. So dito naman sa second term, y raised to 1, raised to 2, raised to 3, raised to 4, and then raised to 5. Okay? And dun sa Pascal's triangle, when n is 5, we have the two middle terms, 10 and 10. So symmetric, 5 and 5 sa gilid, 1, 1 din sa gilid. Okay, and then ilagay na natin siya as numerical coefficients. So this now is the expanded form. In number 2, we expand 2x plus y raised to 4. And when n is 4, we have 1, 4, 6, 4, 1 as numerical coefficients. Take note that the first term is 2x and the second term is y. So the first term, erase mo sa 4, raised to 3, raised to 2, raised to 1, and then raised to 0 is simply 1. Yung second term y, raise mo sa 4, raise mo sa 0, so 1 na dun. Hindi mo na kailangan isulat dito. Raised to 1, raised to 2, 3, and 4. And then simplify. This now is the expanded form. Third, what if we're going to expand up to the 9th power? Then this how it looks. And if we're going to expand p plus m raised to 9, and then we can make use of n that is equal to 9. Hence, we have these numerical coefficients here. Okay? And to do so, p raised to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0. M raised to 0 is simply 1, don't need to write. M raised to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then plug now the numerical coefficients here. Okay, 1, 9, 1, 9, 36, 84, 126, 126, 84, 39, 9, 1. They are all symmetric. Okay, so there is what we call binomial theorem. And before that, we have what we call binomial coefficient and factorials. So we're done in the factorial. Ngayon, we're going to apply. When we say binomial coefficients, we're making use of the combination rule. For any positive integer n and r, the expression a n taken r or n choose r is called the binomial coefficient, and it is evaluated the way we evaluate combination. Okay? Uh, C from n taken r. Okay, so ganyan siya. Where 0 factorial is simply 1 for every n factorial is 1 times 3 times 2n, or n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 until 3, 2, and then 1. Okay, and we can simplify using this, or simply practice meantime how to use the combination rule of binomial coefficients. 5 taken 3 is 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 5 minus 3 times 5 minus 3 factorial. So 3 factorial and 3 factorial can be cancelled out. So 5 times 4 divided by 2 is 10. You can make use of your calculator, and that is find the key NCR in your calculator. It is usually on top of the division symbol in your calculator. So we practiced that already. It is also helpful to know some properties here. Okay, so if we're going to take 0 from n, that is 1, or take all, that is also 1. Taking 1 is also taking uh, less 1 from the overall options, which is also n. Taking k from n, or taking n minus k from n, okay, is the same. So we now have the binomial theorem. For any positive integer n, that is the exponent, it is a summation of n taken r times a raised to n minus r times b raised to r from 0 to n. Take note, you start from 0 to n in the substitution for r. We can have the following properties. First, the combination of n taken r is the coefficient of the term involving b raised to r. Okay, yan yung binomial coefficient. If n is even, there is a middle term, which is the n over 2 plus 1 term. And if n is odd, there are two middle terms, which are n plus 1 over 2 and n plus 1 over 2 plus 1 term. And the sum of the exponents of a and b is also n. So you notice here, n minus r plus r is n. Yun ang sinasabi niya. Okay, so it should follow that the exponent, when you add the exponents of these two, should be n. So and why is it that when n is even, there will be a middle term? Because the number of terms now is n plus 1. So may middle term. Samantala, when n is even plus 1 will become odd. Hence, may dalawang middle terms. Okay, so we now apply the binomial theorem in different examples. We're going to expand a plus b, a plus 2b, the quantity raised to 4. First, this is the rule. So as you can see, it is the summation of 4 taken r, a raised to 4, where 4 is n, times 2b, the second term, raised to r. So just check the sequence here. Mag-start ka sa 0. So 4 taken 0, taken 1, 2, 3, 4. So yan ang unang gagawin. Ang pangalawang gagawin, yung r, palitan mo ng 0. So here, naka-raise sa 0. 0, 0 din to. Minus 1 ka na. Minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And you notice naggagayahan. 333. Why? Because in the formula, R and R. And now, it's time for you to simplify. Okay, with the use of your calculator, you can now simplify. 4 taken 0 is also 4 taken all. So, pareho sila. Both 1 and 1. Okay, 4 taken 1 is also 4 taken 3, which is 4. And 4 taken 2 is 6. So, how did you get 8 here? 4 times 2 is 8. So, a cubed b. Dito yung sinasabi nating exponents must be equal to 4. Kasi 4 ito. 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 2, 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 4. Square of 2 is 4 times 6 is 24. Cube of 2 is 8 times 4 is 32. 2 raised to 4 is 16. Second, expand u plus v raised to 7. So mag-start ka sa, this must be r. This must be r equals 0. Okay? From 0 to 7. So we have here 7 sub 0. Okay? And 7 taken 0, I mean 7 taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, dapat i-set mo muna yan. Second, from 0, 7 minus 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And that is the time for you to simplify. 7 taken 0 is 1, and so with 7 taken 7. 7 taken 1 is 7. 7 taken 6 is also 7. 7 taken 2 is 21. 7 taken 6 is 7 taken 5 is 21. 7 taken 3 and 7 taken 4 are both 35. Okay? So ito na ang ating expanded form. Now, what if we are interested to find a specific term of a binomial expansion? So, dito naman, hahanapin lang natin yung specific na term na kailangan. Okay? So, for any binomial expansion a plus b raised to n, the kth term, yan yung hinahanap nating term, is given by n taken r times a raised to n minus r times b raised to r, where r is equal to k minus 1. So, bakit k minus 1? Take note na mag-i-start ka kasi sa taken 0. Taken 0, taken 1, 2, 3, and so on. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ang hahanapin mong term ay pang-5, ibig sabihin, ang r mo ay 4. Kasi nag-start sa 0 yung selection. Okay? So, just like here in number 1, find the 7th term of the expansion x plus y raised to 12. So, sa madaling salita, ang k natin dito ay 6. K natin pala ay 7. So, ang r natin ay 6. Okay? So, we have n taken r times a raised to r minus r raised to n minus r times b raised to r, where r is equal to k minus 1, where k is 7, so 7 minus 1. Okay? That is 6. So, in this one, pwede natin i-write into 12 taken 6, x raised to 12 minus 6, y raised to 6. So, that is 12 taken 6, x raised to 6, y raised to 6. And take note, class, as explained, the sum of the exponents must be 12. Okay, and so 12 taken 6 is 924. So our 7th term is 924 x raised to 6, y raised to 6. Find the 5th term of the expansion x plus the square root of y raised to 15. So ang r natin dito ay, since k is 5, r natin ay 4. So, dito, pwede natin i-write ito into 15. 15 taken 4 or 15 choose 4 x raised to 15 minus 4, y raised to 4. Or sa madaling salita, if y is already raised to 4, then you just need 11 for x para makompleto ang 15. Okay, and since 15 taken 4 is 1,365, so times x raised to 11 times, this must be square root of y raised to 4, and square root of y raised to 4 is y raised to 2. How? Because square root of y is equal to y raised to 1/2 raised to 4, y then is raised to 2. So the answer is 1,365 x raised to 11, y raised to 2. Okay. Number 3, find the middle terms of the expansion x plus 3y raised to 7. There are two terms, middle, because that is odd. So kapag, remember that the number of terms is the exponent plus 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. So we're looking for the terms, okay, the fourth and the fifth. So, dalawang hinahanap natin. So the middle terms are the fourth and the fifth term. So when you're looking for the fourth term, k is 4, and fifth term, k is 5. Okay, so that r is equal to k minus 1. So on the first k, 3. Kaya ito 3, no? And the second k, which is 5, this is 4. And so, this can be written as x raised to 7 minus 3. This is y raised to 3. Kaya nakuha ang 4 and 3 dito. Okay? And 7 taken 3 is 35. 35x raised to 4 times 3 y raised to 3. Okay? That is why we have 945 x raised to 4 y raised to 3. Reason? Because you're going to get the cube of 3, which is 27, and then multiply to 35 to get 945. On the second, the middle term, so taken 4 naman ito, this can be written as x raised to 4, 3y, okay, this is 3y, 3y raised to 4. This is 7 minus 4, I mean. Okay, so 7 minus 4 is 3, and then 3y raised to 4. The cube of 3 is equal to 81, so 81 times 85 is 2,835. So the fifth term is 2,835 x raised to 3, y raised to 4. And again, kapansin-pansin dito class na when we add the exponents, then we must have 7, no? So here, 4 plus 7, no? 4 plus 7, 4 plus 3, and 3 plus 4 must be the same, 7. Okay, so that is how we get the missing term, specific term in a sequence. So you don't need to review mathematical induction, just review up to binomial theorem. Okay, specifically finding the kth term of a binomial expansion.